sucker. That lass doesn't hold
Isn't
back.
she that lass that works for Brother Nicodemus? The girl was right.
It didn't make much sense to me. You can always tell when a woman's in need of a man, and that lass needs one badly.
I need peace and quiet for a while.
Maybe I should go and make her an offer.
It's very important. The way you spoke. It sounded so true. I even had a feeling the earth shook beneath my feet when you spoke. I have some trouble. And I didn't know who to go to until I heard you speak.
Not now. Please. I can't.
But you were just talking about helping your neighbor.
Oh, all right. But quickly, I beg you.
It's about my husband, Ambrose, the tailor. He's good to me. He's an honest tradesman and a skilled one. But he keeps playing dice. He sits at that table late into the night, and more than once he lost a small fortune.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I don't know how I could help.
I want him to stop. But he won't listen to me. I'm at a loss what to do. I thought maybe if you were to go and have a word with him...
Oh, all right. I'll come and see you when I have some time to spare.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
My word, Johanka. That speech of yours on the square. I swear I never heard anything like it in my life.
Let's talk about it later. Right now, Guta, the Sasau tailor's wife, came to talk to me, and she was quite desperate. Did you hear?
Yes, I heard everything. So give her some advice then.
But I don't know what to tell her. Our Lady didn't prepare me for anything like that.
Oh, that's what you wanted, isn't it? Your words didn't fall on deaf ears, and now you can't let people down when they come to you.
I suppose you're right. We ought to try and do something.
We?
Be quiet and think. We have to find a way.
Jesus, you're really full of holy fire.
Stop blaspheming and start thinking how we can get Ambrose to give up his dice playing.
Supposing Ambrose were to lose enough to make him regret it. If he were to lose something really important. Mal was used to scold me by saying, one day you'll go too far and then you'll be sorry.
That's it, Henry. Ambrose has to realise for himself how he's harming others, and most of all his wife and himself. Thank you.
Glad to be of help.
But I can't go anywhere. Never mind playing dice in taverns. I've too much work to do. But you could.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Henry. Go and see the tailor's wife and sort it out with her. I have to go back now. God be with you.
May the Lord... God save. How may I help you? Good night.
Johanka sent me. She asked me to help you with your trouble.
She did? That's wonderful. But she said she'd come herself.
Well, she's up to her ears in work. And besides, we figured your husband wouldn't pay much attention to a woman, since he doesn't even listen to you.
I'm afraid that's true. What now, though?
Well, Johanka thought it would help if Ambrose saw how playing dice was no good either for himself or for you.
Ha! I've been telling him off about it for years to no avail. I even took his dice several times. But he always gets new ones.
You won't get anywhere telling him off. Ambrose has to realise it for himself. If he lost everything he has to me, that would teach him a lesson. And then I'd talk to him man to man.
Oh, God, no. I want him to stop playing, not to lose the roof over our heads.
No, don't worry. Whatever I win from him, I'll give it back to you. But first, he really has to believe he's lost everything.
Do you swear, by the Virgin Mary, to give everything back?
I'm not going to make a sacred oath over such a worldly thing. My word should be enough.
If you won't swear to give everything back, forget it.
All right, if you insist. I swear I'll give back every last groschen, as the Virgin Mary is my witness.
Very well, then. If you think it'll help, take him for everything he has.
Where can I find Ambrose?
He's not here now. He's getting ready for a trip to Kuttenberg, on some business or other. No doubt you'll find him at the inn. You'd better hurry if you want to catch him. He said he wants to leave soon.
Do you think he'll want to play with me?
Well, he promised not long ago he'd quit. But I'll believe it when I see it. He'll keep playing, especially when he's had a drink or two. And if he's feeling lucky, he'll lose his head entirely and play till the early hours.
All right. Thanks for the advice.
God be with you.
Yeah. Well, Goodman Ambrose.
Yes. Is there something I can do for you?
I heard you were about to leave for Kuttenberg.
Aye. Sir Sebastian von Berg ordered new clothes and he won't settle for anything but the best. I have to go and buy some fine linen, brocade and other things. I'm taking 600 groschen to pay for it all. I'll make him the finest garments ever.
Ah, I see. Oh, Sir Sebastian's a man who doesn't like to be disappointed.
True indeed. I'll be on my way just as soon as the horse is shod and the wagon hitched up. I could do with something to eat. God save you. What can I do for you?
Let's have a drink together to pass the time while you're waiting, eh? On me.
That's kind of you, lad. Take care. Good health.
May it serve you.
You look like a fellow who's been around. Tell me, what's going on in the countryside? Are the roads safe?
Oh, it's safer in the province now. There was a pack of enemy cutthroats holed up in Pribyslavitz, north of Talmberg. Mercenaries, bandits, Cumans, and other rabble. But we attacked them and smashed them to pieces. So yes, the roads are safer now.
My word. And who led the attack?
Sir Radzig Kobyla, the royal hetman. Let's drink to Sir Radzig.
Yes, to the bold Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And Captain Robard of Talmberg was there too, fighting bravely. We must drink to him too.
To the brave Captain Robard.
Well, there was a band of brigands on the rampage in the province. They attacked the stud farm at Neuhof, killed old Smill, the owner, and torched the stables.
So it's true then. I heard some talk about it, but I thought it was exaggerated. Maybe I should take an escort with me.
No, not to worry. Fortunately, I caught up with those bastards and put a stop to their pillaging.
That's good news indeed. Let's drink to your accomplishment.
It was no easy matter, I can tell you. They were cleverly holed up, but they weren't smart enough for me. Ha! To my wits!
Ha ha! To your wits!
My pleasure.
Sigismund's hordes attacked Skalitz, razed the castle, pillaged the whole area, and slaughtered a lot of people.
I heard, lad. I heard. God have mercy on those poor souls.
I lost my family that day. They killed my mother and father.
Let's drink to their memory then. To your dear mother.
To Ma.
And your good father.
To Pa. Did you hear what happened in Merhayed?
No? What happened there?
Some bandits attacked the locals.
God have mercy. It seems that's the lot of decent folk on this earth. Some fucker thinks he can take what he wants by the sword, and there's damn little you can do about it.
Ah, but the villagers weren't such an easy mark. They stood up to them and put up a fight. They even managed to take one captive.
Good on them. That's what those bastards deserve.
But it didn't end with that. Some pestilence broke out, and people thought it was the plague.
God have mercy on us.
It turned out it wasn't the plague, though. Those murdering bastards poisoned the wells there.
The low-down whoresons. They ought to hang. The lot of them.
Let's drink to those brave souls in Merhoyed. They stood up to a pack of cutthroats and captured one.
Glory to them!
Not even the pestilence could break them. With the help of Brother Nicodemus, they recovered.
Glory to your brother Nicodemus too.
Aye, and may trouble pass them by now and leave them to enjoy the peace they deserve.
Aye, peace to all people with good souls.
I think I overdid it a bit. Well, enough chat. How about a little game before you set off? To pass the time.
Sure, one little game to pass the time. That doesn't even count, does it?
Not even worth mentioning in confession. We'll drink to it. May they roll fairly. Hey! Let's do it then. I'll wager... 12 score groschen.
240? You must be very rich, or mad, lad. No one plays for that much without seeing how his luck is going first.
Here.
3 score groschen.
Enjoy it.
That's quite a pile. But I have a feeling fortune's on my side today. All right.
Your fame precedes you, but you won't get the better of me. That's all. Come now, fortune favours the brave. That's it. This'll be the one. That'll do me. Remind me never to play with you again. I got your beer.
Sacra. I almost had you.
A bit of practice is what you need, lad. You'll get the hang of it in time.
Time? But I need that coin now. Come on, then. You have to give me a chance to get my groschen back.
Got it for
You
you
can
right
try, but don't blame me if you lose what you have left.
Sure, whatever. Let's play. Fuck it. Let's make it 600.
Jesus, that's an awful lot of money. I've got it,
there.
but it's for buying cloth. No, that's too much.
To hell with it. 18 score.
For Christ's sake, lad, steady on. 360 groschen is an awful lot to risk on the roll of a dice.
Our wager 9 score.
I'm in. I reckon I've got a lucky hand today.
Your fame precedes you, but you won't get the better of me. Your turn. Remind me never to play with you again. This'll be the one. Now you. Come now, fortune favours the brave.
Christ, those damn dice are hexed.
Ah, bollocks. There's nothing wrong with the dice. It's all in the wrist action.
Oh, wrist my ass. Save the advice and let's play. I'll show you. I'll wager 600 groschen. No, put up everything you have and I'll match it.
You can't be serious. You don't have that much money. And then you'll try and wriggle out of it.
Ah, but I do. Look. So, what do you say?
All right. If you insist. Just remember, a wager lost is a debt of honor.
Don't worry. I won't forget. On my word.
You're a brave soul, taking me on. I'm not used to losing. Not afraid of anything, eh? One beer. Come on, it's time I had a throw. As you wish. Not afraid of anything, eh? One beer for me. Should I? Shouldn't I? No, I daren't.
If I was in your shoes, I'd pass while the going's good.
Ha! Groschen for me.
Herrgott! 600 groschen. Oh my god, what have I done? The money was for buying cloth. What shall I do now?
Actually, it wasn't by chance that I ran into you. It was the Virgin Mary who sent me to you.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
No, I mean it. My friend Johanka has been visited in her dreams by Our Lady, and she's been passing her message on to the people about amending their ways and repenting for their sins, like playing games of hazard, for example. You see how easily you were tempted into wagering everything you had on dice? You're bringing misfortune down on yourself and your family.
Yeah, you're right. I got carried away. But what am I to do now?
Repent and do penance for your sins. Ask God for forgiveness and swear by the Blessed Virgin never to pick up dice again.
You're right. My passion for dice has gone too far. I'll do what you say.
And give me those dice, so they don't tempt you to play again. I'll throw them down a well where they can't put sinful thoughts in your head.
But those aren't just any old dice that you can get anywhere. They bring luck. Well, mostly.
Ambrose.
I don't play with them much. I keep them hidden away for special occasions. Oh, all right. Here you are. Listen, Henry. The money you want from me, do you think maybe I could get it back? I've learned my lesson, I swear. But now I have to go and buy that cloth, and I can't pay for it.
You've seen the error of your ways. That's all I wanted. I never intended to take your money. Here, have it back. And next time, be more sensible about what you do with it.
Thank you, Henry. You're an honourable man. God bless you.
Yeah.
For the love of God! What have you been doing?
I went to see the tailor's wife, like you wanted.
Oh, and how did it go?
I think it turned out well. Ambrose admitted he was overdoing it with the dice playing and promised to quit.
That's great news, Henry. You've helped him and his wife a lot. Thank you. You're a true friend. I think this is exactly what the Blessed Virgin wants from us.
How are things going otherwise?
You wouldn't believe what happened. One of the bathhouse wenches came to me.
Oh? What does she want?
She said she wanted to find a different job. Something more virtuous. She said she decided to change her life after listening to me on the square.
See what you're capable of? Our Lady didn't pick you for nothing. You help everyone around you. I think you're really great, Johanka.
That's very sweet of you, Henry. Thank you. If only there were more like that, though.
How do you mean?
I mean, more people who want to find a better, more virtuous life. If only we could help them to do that. Maybe. I know of someone. Someone told me about a prostitute who works at the baths in Ledechko.
There's lots of prostitutes around, not just in Ledechko.
True. But every soul is precious to God. And Ledechko isn't too far from here. I think we should try it.
But how?
I'm not sure. But maybe we could persuade her to give up what she's doing and find a different job. If she works at the baths, she'll surely have knowledge of some basic things.
What basic things? Laundry?
No. She'd know about healing wounds, health-giving decoctions, bloodletting and the like. And I could certainly use a second pair of hands here.
You're right. I'll head off right now. If it's the will of the Blessed Virgin, it must be done.
Henry, please try and convince her. I can find a place for her here. Take care.
God watch over you, good night, especially in these dark times. Can I do something for you?
Would you like to leave here and, live a different life?
Why would I want to do that?
So you wouldn't be living in sin?
What? Do you take me for some whore? I cut people's hair.
Oh, sorry. No offence. Isn't there someone here who I could help?
Well, I've heard Adela talking about how she'd like a different life. Ask Madam about her. Good luck, then.
God be with you. What can I do for you?
Is Adela still working here?
What do you want Adela for? Ain't my tits big enough for you?
Yes, plenty big. But I really need to speak to Adela. Do you know where she is?
How should I know? Go and ask Madame.
God be with you.
If you want to go inside, you'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Who's that poor girl crying in there?
That's just Adela. She's there with a gent.
Gent?
He's beating her up.
The gentleman is a little on the rough side, but he pays well, and the bruises will heal soon enough.
I want to talk to her.
You can't now. The door stays locked, and the key stays safely with me. Wait until tomorrow.
She could be killed in there. And do you think the bailiff wouldn't hold you responsible, sitting here and doing nothing to stop it?
You really think she could be? God almighty. Here, take the key. Please, help her.
Oh, yeah? You think a knight in shining armor is gonna come to your rescue? Nobody gives a... What the fuck? Are you yanking my pizzle? I said get out.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for Adela.
For Adela? But I paid for that whore.
Don't call her a whore.
She fucks for money, you idiot. She is a whore.
Easy. Easy. Have you any idea the shit I can land you in if I have a word with the bailiff?
The bailiff doesn't care about some whore.
Maybe, maybe not. He might care about your sodomy, though, if I give him an eyewitness account.
Fucking hell. What do you want from me?
Get out.
What have you done?
Fuck! I don't need this shit. But you haven't heard the last of this, fucker! I'll cut your fucking throat for that!
What in God's name have you done?
I saved you.
Oh my God. Hedson will kill me. If Marouche doesn't first.
Everything will be all right.
All right? You said that about Hinnock when you were looking for him. And he ended up dead.
Leave this place. I'll help you.
What? Why? What are you on about?
You don't have to live in this rat hole anymore. We'll leave together.
Who gave you that idea?
I came up with it myself.
Oh, and what if I don't want to go?
Well, if it's money you need, I can give you some.
What? Do you think you can buy me like livestock just because I'm a whore? I'm still a person, you know.
Yes, exactly. I just want to see to it that you don't have to sell yourself, that you can finally live a virtuous life.
And who asked you to do that? You're worse than the fellas who come to me. At least they know they can only have me for a while.
I'm only doing it for your own good.
I can look out for my own good on my own. Thank you kindly.
Ah, of course. Yeah.
I should think so. So why are you playing at the saviour here?
Johanka sent me to you.
What Johanka are you talking about, for God's sake?
She's from Skalitz, like me. Just an innocent girl.
They all claim that.
But she really is.
How could you know that?
Because maybe the Virgin Mary speaks to her.
What?
The Blessed Virgin started visiting Johanka in her dreams.
Visiting?
Well, that's how Johanka put it. Like visitations in which she spoke to her.
But why would the Virgin choose her to speak to?
It was only on account of her that the wounded from Skalitz got to Sasau. Although they didn't have it easy there either.
I heard they took them in at the monastery.
Aye, but they didn't exactly bend over backwards to help them there. Johanka had to take care of them on her own. Most of them wouldn't have lived without her. Look, when I came to see her the first time, after Skalitz, she was destroyed. And they wanted to drive her out of the monastery. She could have just gone. But she didn't want to stop helping the others.
But what's any of that got to do with me?
It was Johanka who sent me to you. She had visions at night. And according to these visitations, she believes she has a duty to save sinners.
And you believe in these visitations?
Yes, I believe.
I'd like to believe too.
Well, why don't you try it then?
How? Like I should just drop everything here, pack my things and go off to see someone I don't even know?
Why not?
It's madness. It's like starting all over from the beginning.
And why did you become,
A prostitute?
Yeah.
If you're expecting to hear some touching tale about a poor girl tossed around by fate, you'll be disappointed. I didn't want a husband.
and I needed money.
So just for money?
What do you think I do it for? Love? Have you got a problem with that?
No. Everyone has to make a living, but you don't have to be a bathmaid.
So what else should I do, in your opinion?
You can just find yourself a different livelihood.
Why? What's wrong with the one I have?
What about when you get older? Do you think the men will still come to you?
That's true, unfortunately.
You can't go on like this forever. You could catch some nasty disease.
What do you know about such things?
I've seen plenty, believe me. Maybe too much.
Oh, sorry. I try not to think too much about that.
Well, maybe you should. The apothecary in Rat-Eye could tell you a lot about the ailments people come to him with.
I'm still not sure.
You don't care that you're living in sin?
So? Virtue won't put food on my table.
Man cannot live by bread alone.
I'll wager you've never known real hunger.
Oh, I have. Believe me. But I never sold my soul on account of it.
I wish I had that kind of will. You know, you might be right about some things.
So you'll leave it?
But how? Where would I go? What would I live on?
Wouldn't you like to help in the infirmary at Sasau Monastery?
Would they let me?
You're a bathmaid who knows something about healing. They'd be glad to have you.
But where will I live?
Well, there, of course. It's modest, but you'll have everything you need.
I'm not used to much anyway.
See then? I reckon you've nothing to worry about.
All right. Will we go right away?
We can go right now. Come on then.
All right. I'll just say farewell to the girls and pack a few things. Mother of God, I'm all in a flutter. To pack up and go, just like that.
You're doing the right thing. You'll see.
God be with you.
I told you I wasn't done with you yet. I'll hang you up by the balls from the nearest tree, and then I'll get what I paid for from that harlot. Answer to my prayer. You're just what I wanted to vent my rage on. Fucking hell. Quitty. What's the matter? You gonna cry now? You. Bollocks. Yeah. Yeah. I'll slaughter you. Bring it on.
Had enough?
I'm going to.
Jesus Christ!
Come here, lily liver. Christ!
You're dead.
Will we keep going?
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. It's you they were after mostly. And are you all right?
Just a scratch or two. Those idiots didn't know who they were taking on.
Good. The sooner we go, the better. I don't want to stay here any longer.
Let's go then.
God be with you.
Here we are. Give it a while and you'll be happy here. Believe me.
Oh, Henry. I'm starting to have a good feeling about this. Maybe I'll really find happiness here.
I'm sure you will. Johanka will take care of you. She's very good at that.
You know, you're the first one to do something for me, without expecting anything. And I don't have anything to give you, unless, if you wanted. For one last time, together.
You don't have to thank me, and you certainly don't have to offer your body to anyone. Anyone at all.
Oh, thank you, Henry. Thank you.
For the love of God! What have you been doing?
I went to Ledetsko like you asked me.
And? How did it turn out?
You were right. It turned out well with Adela. I persuaded her to leave her trade and find a more virtuous job. She's here for you.
That's great news.
I promised her you take care of her, and I brought her here. She'll help you take care of the sick and injured, like you wanted.
You did a great job, Henry. Thank you. Of course I'll take care of her. We can't let her down now.
And how are things going here?
Much the same as always. There are always wounded and sick people. I'm on my feet from morning till night. But Matthias is better. I'm glad about that. There's these troublemakers, though.
Troublemakers?
Aye. While you were gone, some thugs came here and kicked around the gifts that people brought. Then they vanished before the guards got here.
Oh? Who were they?
I didn't see them at it, but there's some fellas hanging around now by the entrance to the monastery. Maybe that's them? And whenever I go into town, they take liberties with me.
Take liberties how? Did they hurt you?
No, they just make all sorts of offensive comments on account of me speaking on the square. And when someone comes to see me, they make trouble for them. So now, almost no one wants to come here. Maybe you could have a word with them?
What about the guards? They just stand by doing nothing.
They didn't catch them in the act, so they can't do anything about them.
I see. Shouldn't the custodian deal with that? It's his job, right?
Well, it is, but I don't want to ask him for anything. I don't want to feel obliged to him. I'd rather sort it out without him.
Fair enough.
God be with you.
Yeah.
She's a loose woman. Honest folks should avoid her like the plague. God be with you, my good man.
Likewise, pilgrim.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
Who sent you here?
Sent us? No one but the Holy Spirit and our Christian duty.
I see. Well, My Christian duty prompts me to give a bit of coin to those in need. What do you say? Are you in need? Is this enough?
That's a poor offer.
Is this enough?
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it. Well, thanks for the, alms. Listen, here's how it is. Some of the important citizens here don't care for Johanka talking nonsense about visitations from the Virgin Mary. And there are certain good wives who think she's up to no good. They don't like it that their husbands are hanging around here. And there's talk that she's got something with the custodian and who knows who else. And we're just here to warn decent people about the iniquities going on here.
Uh-huh. Is that so? Well, now you've warned me, you can clear off.
Well, I'm afraid we don't want to do that.
Get the hell out of here and leave Johanka and everyone else here in peace. Got it?
Ah, we'd love to oblige, but we really don't feel like going anywhere. Sorry.
Enough of your nonsense. Clear off, and if I catch you round here again, I'll have you clapped in the pillory.
Good sir, surely you wouldn't pillory simple fellas like us just for wanting to earn a groschen. We'll be on our way, and you'll overlook our little intrusion, all right?
Get going, and don't dare come back.
Aye, we're going.
I dealt with those troublemakers. They won't be coming back in a hurry.
Thanks, Henry. I thought they'd never go. You didn't say anything about it to the custodian, did you?
He knows nothing about it. You don't think I need the help of Sir Sebastian to deal with a few thugs, do you?
Good. I wouldn't want him to think I'm in distress.
Oh? Why's that?
Nothing. It's not important. Listen, there's some merchant staying at the Wagoner's Inn who's been asking after me. Would you go with me to see him? I know those thugs are gone, and it should be safe now, but...
Of course I'll go. It's only a stone's throw after all.
Pavel of Kolin, I believe you were asking for me?
Thank you for coming, Johanka. I hope you're not offended by this meeting place. I apologize, but I feel a little confused in your presence. It's your preaching. In truth, I don't know whether I'm speaking to you or the Virgin Mary.
Quite the Madonna is our Johanka. All she's missing is an infant in her arms.
And a blue cloak and a halo? No. I believe the Blessed Virgin speaks through me, that's all. Just like Henry's miraculous wit speaks through him. What is it you wanted to see me about, Pavel?
Divine Providence led me back to Sasau after many years, and by the same grace I heard the words you preached, and my eyes were opened.
Just as the Blessed Virgin wanted. Are you troubled by some sin, Pavel?
I've encountered many things in my life, but I never before heard a true prophetess speaking. And you're right. It came to me that it was time for me to make amends for my sin of long ago, and I decided to do some deed for the common good.
You speak very eloquently, Pavel, though a bit mysteriously. I'm not sure I understand you.
I notice you have an armed escort with you.
Henry is my protector, helper, and good friend. Because not everyone in Sasau hears the words of the Virgin with the same piety as you.
This may be yet another ray of divine providence. You see, I'm looking for someone with an adventurous but honest soul. Someone who would find some wealth that I lost and donate it all to the deserving in Sasau.
Aha! Henry here could be just the man you need.
Is that so, Henry?
You won't find a more adventurous soul in these parts.
You speak boldly. That pleases me. Johanka, I'd like to thank you kindly for your visit. I don't wish to detain you any longer.
If you feel we've said all that needs to be said, I'll leave you and Henry to discuss things alone.
So,
Johanka is an exceptional person with an important mission, wouldn't you say?
it's a great honor that Our Lady chose her. For her and for us.
If we were only 1/10 as humble as she, eh?
Anyway, what is it you want help with?
It's like this. In the last year of Emperor Charles's reign, I came here to Sasau to close a profitable deal, but it didn't turn out entirely as planned, and I was obliged to hide some of my money in the woods near the town. Who would even imagine that in the ruins of an old settlement lies a real treasure trove? I tried to go and recover it myself, and I can be glad that I didn't pay for that attempt with my life, as you've probably noticed.
Yeah, I've just noticed a few scratches on your face. A merciless battle with a squirrel, was it?
The truth is even more absurd. I simply lost my footing and tumbled downhill. No doubt another divine sign that I ought to leave the search to someone such as yourself.
Your guardian angel must have had his work cut out, keeping you from running into Cuman patrol. Where is this treasure of yours, then? I could get the dog to sniff it out.
I'll describe the way there. You can enter the woods between the quarry and the marshland. You can see the spot from here. There's a small stream that flows into the river. Following it upstream seems simple enough, but actually it took me a long time getting up that slope. As I already said, I tripped and rolled quite a way down, after which I considered it wiser to abandon my search. As if that weren't enough, I lost my hat there.
Well, maybe it'll still be there. Unless it's been devoured by some boar with good taste in clothing.
Who knows? If you should find it, you're welcome to have it. As you can see, I've already got a new one. Anyway, at the point where I fell, there's a forest track that joins the stream. If you follow it closely, and you'll need to keep your eyes peeled, you'll come upon the ruins of a settlement, and in one of those ruins, the money is stashed.
Right, quarry, stream, path, ruins. I should be able to remember that. And I should bring the treasure to you.
Actually, I'd rather you made the donation for me. I'm in no shape for running around now. Just come back when you've found it, or not. Meanwhile, I'll give some thought to who we shall donate the money to. Agreed?
Well, how could I refuse a pleasant stroll in the countryside? I'll be happy to go and look for your stash.
You are indeed an adventurous soul, Henry. As I recall, I hid there not only a large amount of groschen, but also something else. Nothing valuable, just a dagger which will be rusty by now. Please bring that to me too, as a memento. Good luck, Henry, and thank you.
I'm here at last. I'll have to comb the whole place. The bold knight, Sir Sebastian. I suppose I should tell him about it.
Mi volt ez a hang? Ki az? Mit keresel itt? Véletlenül kibújtál az anyád szoknyája alól? Emberek! Vigyázat!
Szóval beszarás, és pont amikor kedvem lenne valakiből kiverni a lelket. Látom őt ott! Hé, ott van! Vigyázz!
Mihin sä voitais?
Well, now that's quite a pile. And the dagger is here. A real treasure trove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't take that.
So I went looking for that stash of yours.
And how did you get on?
There really was money there, and quite a lot of it. And I found that dagger. When you were talking about donating the money for the common good, what did you have in mind?
The Virgin Mary chose Sassau as the place to reveal her message, didn't she? You don't have to go any further than the Rathaus or the Church of St. Martin. Both places carry the same weight for me. The important thing is, I know Bailiff Hashek or Father Fabian will handle the donation better than, say, the monastery.
Wouldn't you say Johanka's infirmary is working for the common good?
Certainly, but its financial affairs are handled by the monastery, which has a very poor record in that respect.
Then you can go and explain to Johanka and the wounded yourself that they'll suffer on just because you're worried the monastery will build more scaffolding for your money.
That's not how I meant it. It's just that, as a Colleen councillor, I had a certain property dispute with the monastery.
And you'd let my former Skalitz neighbours and Johanka suffer on because of some personal grudge? Do you really think the overseer would give them nothing when it's his duty?
I'd rather the Rathaus or the church had the money. But I suppose you're right. I'll allow a donation to the monastery. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad to see you.
I have a gift of money for Johanka's infirmary.
Johanka's, you say? I'd like to remind you that the infirmary belongs to the monastery, which decides how to allocate donations. But of course, as long as no other serious issues arise, the infirmary will benefit. Who is the donor?
The donation is from Pavel of Colleen.
Indeed. I've heard that he has openly objected to how we handle the monastery's assets. Is he aware of this decision?
I managed to convince him a donation to the monastery would be beneficial for all.
Really? Sounds unlikely, but so be it. How much are we talking about?
All of this.
It's not any great amount, but I must express my gratitude. On behalf of the whole Sasau monastery, of course. Good luck then.
Yeah. Ow! Watch where you're going, you lad. You nearly killed me.
A tankard here.
I did what you asked. I donated the money for the common good.
Thank you. Who did you give the money to?
I gave it all to the monastery overseer. I'm sure it'll go towards Johanka's care for the sick.
Perhaps in the end you did the best thing. Even if it's only a gesture that we are concerned for those poor wretches. Thank you. It was an honor to meet an honorable, selfless man like yourself. God be with you.
Farewell, Pavel.
God be with you.
Yeah.
For the love of God! What have you been doing?
About that burger from Colleen.
How did it go?
It all turned out well. I found that treasure of his, and I even persuaded Pavel to donate it to the infirmary.
Really? That's incredible. Everything is working out in the end. Now, if only Matthias would get better.
What about those thugs? Did they come back again?
No, not at all. It's like the ground swallowed them up. But, Henry, something else has happened.
Oh? What's that?
The Blessed Virgin visited me again, and she gave me a new message. And I must spread the word to the people right away.
What did she show you this time?
You'll find out when the time is right.
Do you really think that's a good idea? The reactions to your first sermon were a bit unpredictable.
But what about the people who come to me, and the ones we helped? This is important, and it's my duty. I can't keep the Virgin's messages to myself. They're meant for everyone.
If you insist. But I better accompany you.
Thanks. Maybe it would be better to avoid the town and meet somewhere out of the way. There's a meadow near the woods by Sasau. It's not too far. We could go there.
That would be wise. All right.
It's early. We can set out and we'll have time to tell people about it along the way. Let's go. God be with you. And she showed me a procession of fine people who had crowns on their heads, dressed in sumptuous cloaks, with swords at their sides. But then came demons of hell. Some of the men drew their swords to battle them, but others began to embrace the demons. They forgot the law, forgot justice, and only used the people for their own ends. The wretched people could take no more. They stopped obeying their wicked masters and sought refuge with the princes of the just. Then the Virgin Mary came to the wicked ones. At her first step, their rich cloaks burst into flames. At her second, their swords broke into pieces. At her third, the crowns cracked on their heads. And then...
Watch out! They're coming! Run!
Henry, let there be no bloodshed.